I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis. Let's enter into today's subject. The moment I sit for the morning satsang and Pada Puja happens, I get into some intense samadhi and energy mood. It becomes a big job to use words. Actually, to send Vibhuti Kumkum or to heal people is much easy job. This teleportation law is very easy job. Then using the right word and inspiring your brain and mind to get awakened, to achieve enlightenment. You will be really surprised. I am telling you, now the job which I am doing, it is because it is so physical and you are able to see, you think it is a big job. But it is not. It is very easy for me. Just now one more message is coming. Lancaster Center received Kumkum from the Padakas. This is actually not a job, big job at all. If I just sit and drink my cup of coffee, it will happen by itself. See, those things all come under Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava. Means creation, maintenance, destruction and putting into illusion. So this materialization and teleporting will come under the category of creation. That is not a job at all. But to inspire the individual who is in delusion to get enlightened is the job. That is the most important, I can say, most difficult job. Because these fellows are not ready to listen. Just now, one devotee who did Pada Puja, he asked for enlightenment. I actually opened my eyes and said, come on, let him have it. Immediately I saw his whole inner being is, no, not that much, little. So then I had to give him how much he can handle. Then I told, all right, you will have a strong Satori experience now in the initiation. Somehow your being, by its very inbuilt tendency, neither can renounce the idea of enlightenment, nor can get into that happily. At one point, I thought enlightenment is something else. So, each soul needs to be individually inspired. I tell you exactly what happens during the Kundalini awakening, you know. You may think, why these people are rolling on the ground? Actually, your identity, that individual ego, possesses your body at one point, either in one chakra, Muladhara or Manipuraga or Anahata, some one chakra. When the Kundalini gets awakened, the energy experience starts happening in many spots of your body. Suddenly in the knee it will start happening, in the fingertips it will start happening, on the hair it will start happening. So the whole body becomes alive, independently intelligent. That is why so much of healing happens when the Kundalini is awakened. See, if you have some problem in the liver, when the liver becomes independently intelligent, it does not wait for the brain to heal the liver. It does not wait for the other bodies to cooperate. It just gets healed by itself. It says, I am getting healed. It's declaring its independence and saying, I am getting healed. If you want, leave with me, otherwise get lost. So each part independently starts declaring its health. Actually, in each part declares its health, getting healed is very easy. If the disease is collective, only then it becomes huge work. When each part says, I am getting healed, I am becoming healthy, I am not interested in listening to you, it almost like each ashramite becoming responsible for himself. How easy job becomes. So each fellow becomes responsible for himself. That is why so much of healing happens along with this Kundalini awakening. And not only that, so much of joy. You will see just for no reason, so much joy. Almost like a bliss intoxication. I am not doing anything. You are not given any substance. That is why even the ordinary tulasi and honey, the bilva and honey we give, I told them to give after annualization. Because I saw 2-3 people started getting doubts. They did not express when they came for annualization. I can see your mind. Of course, don't worry, I will not see. I see only when you tell me to see. Otherwise, I don't see. Some people, when they came for annualization, they asked me some question. So I wanted to see their minds to answer the question. When I saw that they are having doubt. Who knows, maybe in the honey and tulsi, they would have mixed something. That is why I am rolling on the ground when I go for annualization. Then I thought, oh God, better to deal with human mind in their language. That's why I decided now, don't give even that ordinary honey and tulsi before annualization. Give after annualization, so that they will not have doubts. No, really. People get into different moods, you don't know. They will have their own doubts. All right. That is why the whole body just lifts off the ground, rolls, and you don't even know what is happening. You only know one thing, it is blissful, that's all. It is ecstatic, that's all. And not only that, your skin will become independently intelligent. It will start shining, radiating. Each time you levitate is equivalent to one energy darshan. See, when I blow, don't think it is an ordinary thing. It is equivalent to one energy darshan. Understand? It is one energy darshan. That is what? That is why so much of response is happening in the body. See, it's like a Patanjali. Patanjali is the Adisesha, 1,000-hooded snake. He is the snake filled with nectar, not poison. That is why Adisesha, Mahavishnu sleeps in his shadow. How can you sleep on your head? Big 1,000 poison parts are hanging. Can you sleep? Just imagine, 1,000 poison parts are hanging on your head. Anytime anyone can break and drop on your head. Can you sleep? No. Adisesha is the snake filled with nectar. That is why Patanjali, who is a snake filled with nectar, is teaching you about health. Otherwise, if he is filled with snake, how can he, if he is filled with poison, how can he give health for us? For the physical health, he gives yoga. And for the verbal health, he gives Panini Mahabhashya. If you drink the milk poured on the Anandalingam, a little bit on the throat, you will have that same sweetness which you will have during the levitation. 151st Sutra of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, 3rd chapter, 45th verse. Subject is mind over matter. Let me enter into the sutra. Stula Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya Artavatva Samyamat Bhutajayaha. Let me read the translation of Swami Vivekananda. Through samyama on the grass and fine forms of the elements, the essential traits, the inherence of the gunas in them, and on their contributing to the experience of the soul, comes mastery of elements. Swami Prabhavananda translates as, by making samyama on the grass and subtle forms of elements, on their essential characteristics and the inherence of gunas in them, and on the experiences they provide for the individual, one gains mastery of the elements. Swami Satchidananda translates as, by samyama on the grass and subtle elements and on their essential nature, correlations and purpose, mastery over them is gained. Bhagavan Osho translates as, by performing samyama on their grass, constant, subtle, all-pervading and functional state, brings mastery over the Panchabhutas, the 5 elements. I really feel happy when all these extraordinary powers like materialization, teleporting, all these have started expressing through my body. Not because of any arrogance or ego or showing off. I always felt, see, my teachers, my masters, my mentors, all of them were continuously showing miracles to me. That was such an excitement. See, some of my disciples have a deep feeling, I am not levitating, you are not giving that experience to me. I had this same feeling maybe for 2-3 years when I was practicing. But I always felt nothing like that solid is being expressed to my disciples. Disciples who are working with me. How will their inspiration be kept alive? Just words cannot. I know. I have seen. See, the power of word is till you create your own words stronger than my words. That's all. If I inspire you for enlightenment, talking 5 hours, you go back and have 1 cup of tea. In 5 minutes, create a better logic, stronger arguments inside you. Whole thing is gone. Over. So I always used to feel, oh God, I do not have anything solid to show these fellows and keep their inspiration alive till that opening, initiation happens. See, the person who is not yet levitated, for him, it is like a dead end. It is never going to happen. Only I know, any day just the coconut can break. I know that both sides, but they think, no, it is not for me. But I need to keep them inspired and make them continue the practice till that break happens. I always used to feel, really my mentors were so compassionate and loving, caring. They did not bother to express some of these extraordinary powers, like a brain candy. See, like a candy for inspiration. How, when you give a few candies to a child, it gets excited. This is for your brain, for your logic. All siddhis are brain candies, understand? For logic. You are thinking, yes. If all these things are happening, then whatever Swamiji is talking, it is true. I am going to levitate, I am going to get enlightened. I will live this life. I will wait for the ultimate experience to happen. I will transform my life. Just to keep that alive. I really used to feel there will not be a single day when something extraordinary not happening in my life, when I lived with Raghupati Yogi and Kuppammal. Something. Otherwise, how do you think I'm a normal school boy? He will just like that tell me, hey, start Surya Namaskar. I'll ask, how many Guruji? I'll call him Guru. How many Guru? Surya Namaskar means what? Till sunrise to sunset, do it. That's all. As long as sun is there, do Surya Namaskar. It is not like 108 or 216 and all. Sun is there, do Surya Namaskar. That's all. Surya irukkalada, Maraya varaikkum pandra. Avladhaan. That's what he will tell in Tamil. Sun has come, till it sets, do it. And I have to be doing. No, really. When the sunrise starts, I have to start my Surya Namaskar. Until sun sets, I have to be doing. How do you think a boy will be interested in doing it? Because every day they were showing something. They kept me alive. So I always felt, that dimension of support I am not able to give for my disciples. See, if that dimension of support is also given, many disciples not only will retain their inspiration, will really work for that enlightenment. Otherwise what? If I tell them to do weightlifting, they started doing not with dumbbells, with a skipping rope. In the whole world, first time, weightlifting happens with a skipping rope. No, the problem is the inspiration. The inspiration. Now, when all these started expressing, I'm really feeling that dimension, support. It is a support actually for you, nothing else. Otherwise, what will you do with that kumkum, with that vibhuti? Instead of giving that way, I can give from the cup, that's all. I can give from the cover, that's all. What is there? Both one and the same. It is kind of a support for your mind to continue the journey. So now I feel we are able to provide that support also, so that more and more people will live a responsible, enlightened life. A responsible, spiritual life. Today I was about to do a certain materialization. Yesterday just I had a vision. See, when the Ellam Valla Sittar Shiva came down as a Siddha in Madurai to do these Leelas, once he came down, just casually walking in the streets, and every time during this Brahmotsavam he comes down, even now. This year also he came down. See, actually we were all sitting and discussing in the room, having a meeting. Suddenly I felt that Ellam Valla Sittar has landed on the planet Earth in physical form. Then I told the Brahmacharini, hey, in Madurai temple they hoisted the flag. I think Dvajarohanam has happened. Call and find out. They called exactly that moment that flag has been raised. Even now he comes down in the physical body. He can be in many bodies and playing the game. Once when he came down like that, he sat outside the temple, started playing all the games. He'll just look at the old people and blow, and they will become young. All these kind of drama he started doing. If some poor man comes, he'll just show the healing stick on them, and that fellow will become just like king, fully dressed. All the wealth. Nariyalam Pariyaki, Kedalam Yalasaki, Varumayalam Nikki Valamaki, all these different games he started doing. The information reached the king. King sent ministers to get that Siddha to the court. When the ministers came, the Siddhar said, I don't want to come to your king. I have nothing to be achieved, gained by him. Get lost. Then king realized, I think better let me go and see. When he came to see that the Siddhar was not found, he was going around the temple. Suddenly in one corner of the temple near the Garbha Mandir, the Siddhar was sitting. And this king with a lot of arrogance came and said, "What, I heard you do all kinds of magics and express your powers? If you can make this elephant," there was a huge stone elephant holding the Garbha Mandir of Madurai temple. Still that elephant is there. Still next to that elephant is, the temple is there, his shrine is there. That Siddhar shrine. And if you can feed a sugar can to the stone elephant, and if this elephant can eat, I will believe you are Sundareshwara, you are Shiva himself. Then Siddhar did not even bother. He just looked at the elephant casually. That elephant just got to life. Not only caught hold of the sugar can and ate, and in the anger, how dare you doubt my powers, this Siddhar's powers, he just caught the pearl necklace which the king was wearing and pulled it and swallowed it. The king got frightened. Then he fell at the feet of the Siddhar and said, "Oh, I understand, please forgive me, pacify this elephant. You should not come out and destroy the city." Siddhar said, "Don't worry." He just looked at the elephant. That fellow became cool, and because Siddhar forgave the king, he gave that pearl garland back, the pearl necklace back, which he swallowed. He just took it back and gave it back to that king, because that is a traditional necklace given from Meenakshi. See, this incident happened after Meenakshi left the body, maybe after 100 years or some time. That time this incident happened. That is supposed to be the hereditary pearl necklace the king will wear when the next king when the son becomes the next king, and he will get it. Because it is a hereditary necklace. It's a royal symbol of Madurai kingdom. That elephant gave it back. The king got relieved in a big way. Yesterday I had the vision, and I felt one pearl from that garland will be materialized now. You will see. Actually today morning I want to do, but the woman connection is not there. Nitya Devi is coming. She is actually traveling. She is coming here. When she comes here, in front of all of you, I will do that materialization. You will see. Not for pride or anything. Yesterday I felt such a deep compassion. I was just relaxing. I felt many people, even the old devotees, left because they did not have this support, this mystery support. They had only my word, verbal support and compassion support. So now, we'll video record this and put it in the YouTube. Whoever left just because they did not have the mystery support will again feel connected, come back and progress. People who left because of their arrogance, nothing can be done. But if somebody has left by me not doing my full job, I am giving chance for all of them. See, by not giving the mystery support, even I did not do my job completely. Of course, it was not in my control. That's the way things happen. And the cosmos was doing. So now, I have decided, I'll give them the mystery support also. Whoever has left because me not doing my job completely will come back. But whoever has left out of their arrogance, that is up to them. That nothing can be done. So, not only that, when that pearl gets materialized, we will check it scientifically and prove it is 2000-year-old pearl. We will do it with a complete video recording and with controlled conditions, where people scrutinize the whole scene. Let's enter into the sutra. This sutra talks about making yourself in tune with Panchabhutas and controlling Panchabhutas and going beyond Panchabhutas. Please understand, 3 steps. First, feeling connected means falling in tune with Panchabhutas. Then, controlling the Panchabhutas. Then, going beyond Panchabhutas, getting enlightened. It's a too vast and big subject. Like a step by step, you may need to do 11 samyamas. Let me describe. Performing samyama on grass level, and subtle level, and all-pervading level, and functional level, and in the grass level constantly unchanging, in the subtle level constantly unchanging, in the all-pervading level constantly unchanging, in the functional level constantly unchanging. On each of this, you need to do mastery, samyama. You need to get mastery. I can say, I'll give you some of the basic understandings just to put it on record. None of you will be able to even think of practicing it. Forget about it. But I wanted this to be on record. See, Panchabhuta, the air example. I am giving you one example. Panchabhuta is 5 elements, all of you know. The earth, water, fire, air and space. The air, constant level means just the air. Changing level means 80% of it will be air, the remaining 20%, some other element will become part of it. Only then it can become changing. Please understand, the cyclone does not happen just by air. Whether the heat or space, something else gets added to that air, water or fire or space. Some other elements become part of that air. Only then it becomes cyclone. The cyclone starts happening. At some spot, maybe the temperature is down. So that is why the vacuum gets happened. The depression happens. Then from one place the air rushes to that spot. That is what is cyclone. So in any element, the constant and changing. Same way, the earthquake. When the earth is constant, just it is earth. But when the fire inside the earth changes, moves, or water alters itself, or the space gives way, when the earth moves, that is what is earthquake. So the samyama on constant dimension of Panchabhuta and changing dimension of Panchabhuta and all pervading dimensions of Panchabhuta, that samyama leads you to experience extraordinary powers feeling connection, making you fall in tune with 5 elements, and through this you can control the elements, and through this you can go beyond the elements and get enlightened. Maybe I'll give you some more deeper, detailed techniques, step by step, in the next satsangs. Not for practicing, just to be on record, just to put it on record. I'll give you some more samyamas. As on now, this much is enough. This much understanding will do. I bless you all who are sitting with us at this moment in 720 places one-way connection, 6 places two-way connection, in 219 cities in 24 countries. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
Trust in you, 'cause you know it's best for me to lead a blissful life, a life with no more strife. I can't believe the things I do, just to spend a little time with you. Nothing will compare, I know you will take care.
You're always showing us compassion, your love is endless like an ocean. Nityananda, Nityananda, my life become a meditation.